Yo people, welcome back to another video. I hope everyone's been doing well. So Bad Batch Season 2 Episode 5 starts with Omega and Wrecker looking for a spare compressor, and they go to take other random stuff from the junkyard. We then go back to Sid's where the suspicious pirate lady was telling a story to two random people, and Tech says that she always changes the story, which I thought was just something to keep an eye on. I don't really like her. I think her attitude stinks and there's something off about her. Anyways, Omega and Wrecker return from the junkyard with all the stuff they found, and in that pile they find the compass from all the extra stuff that they ended up collecting at the junkyard. The compass supposedly points to the coordinates in the Kadar trinary system, according to the pirate lady, but because of how she changes her stories, Hunter doesn't really believe her, and once Wrecker tried to convince Hunter by saying there's not a mission that they're currently doing, that's when I knew this episode would be filler and my concentration went onto autopilot. This pirate lady, she asked for a 50-50 split after doing absolutely nothing, and she just stinks, man. I hope she honestly just gets eliminated further down the line of this season, but we know that's not going to happen. I don't know why, but her character seems very woke. I don't know, it just gives off that energy. She's very arrogant as well. She even calls herself a liberator of ancient wonders instead of a pirate. But anyways, the compass activates by itself as soon as they touch foot on the planet, and they then discover the entrance to the Skara now. This tomb is supposedly older than the Jedi, and the pirate lady intends on quote-unquote liberating the heart of the mountain. Another sus thing about this pirate lady is the fact that when Hunter got attacked by the creature, everyone's shooting trying to help him, but she does nothing, so I think that was a bit sus as well. I think when they were doing the puzzles and all of that stuff inside the tomb, it reminded me of Jedi Fallen Order, and I think the planet was Zepho. I just think the architecture, the tomb, the glowing lines and everything, it reminded me a lot of that planet, and in particular that part of the map. I wonder if there's any connections, but I guess we'll never know. Anyways, they took out the heart of the mountain and it created some sort of transformer creature out of the mountain itself, and this robot thing starts firing lasers everywhere, and I don't know if it was trying to dig up something from the planet or was it on self-destruct mode, but again, I guess we'll never know because there was no hinting, no explanation, no nothing. Hunter unfortunately saves the pirate lady from falling and dying, which I obviously didn't like, but at least her dumb droid got crushed, so at least there's always something. But in the end, they just about managed to put the heart of the mountain back into where it belonged, and the entire robot creature deactivated and started crumbling down as it fell from its big height. The Bad Batch obviously survived and nothing really happened. They didn't learn anything, they didn't gain from anything. There was nothing to kind of hint at something in the future. After they do this, they just went back to the ship and that was it. So they took out the heart just to put it back in. I don't know, it felt a bit cheap. Like I said, in the end they didn't get the treasure, they didn't get anything, it was absolutely pointless. There was no development from the characters in my opinion. It was just another episode where I had to activate the 5-year-old part of me, which I assume this is who the target audience for this episode is. But just don't question it, don't have any thoughts, any theories about this episode. And I'd understand this episode a lot more if the lead of the episode was an established character. I think that's something that Rebels did very well. They would have Princess Leia lead one of the episodes, Lando Calrissian lead one of the episodes, etc. But the person leading this episode was a random, unlikable pirate character that we're supposed to take into consideration this season, considering that we saw her earlier on in the season, but I don't know, she's just not really likable. They kept trying to give her like this Hondo or Naka kind of thing, but it just doesn't work. There's only one Hondo, and it's the man himself. You can't try and copy those traits and put it on a different character. Overall, I have high standards, so I expect good episodes every week. I know that's very hard for Star Wars, especially in the last year or so I kind of have to lower my standards. I'm so sorry if that offends anyone, but that's the reason we pay for Disney Plus, for good content, good consistent content as well. But if you liked the episode, then fair play, I'm glad you did. The law of averages will tell you that it's possible to do so. I think it was more disappointing than last week, because I can understand last week's episode, because Echo and Hunter weren't even in the episode, they were doing another mission, so the remainder of the Bad Batch went to do a different mission. It's understandable. But after coming across 2 episodes where they were trying to intercept Dooku's treasure, from ending up with the Empire. And then we have the Cody episode, and again, we see more of how the Empire works behind the scenes. This just feels like a waste. We basically had 3 good episodes, very, very good, very key to the plot, and it connects very well to the main storyline of Star Wars itself. It filled out a lot of key information, and now episode 4 was basically a pod racing episode, and this episode was a one-off treasure hunt that ended up with nothing. There was no point. I feel like they should be doing more to be affecting the main storyline and more to be showing and exploring the Empire. I think this episode was just made to promote the pirate character, and I don't know what the point of that was, but I still think she will betray the Bad Batch. But another filler episode after waiting 1 week for this to come out, I don't know, it's starting to not look good. I think the ratings are going to start to drop a little bit, and it looks like there's plenty more filler to come because there's 11 episodes left, and the way they spread it out isn't really even, so expect 2 more back-to-backs of this filler, maybe in like 4 episodes, 3 episodes time. But this episode could have been completely skipped as of right now. Now, there's going to be people that say, but there's filler in Clone Wars, there's filler in Rebels. Yes, but understand that they balance it out well. Second of all, it involves the legacy characters. I'd rather watch Anakin and Obi-Wan just chilling on a beach than having to watch the Bad Batch kick rocks and just point their flashlights across a wall randomly. If people start hating on the show, then the people in charge are the only ones responsible and the only ones to blame because they made 3 good interesting episodes and then 2 episodes in a row of underwhelming and predictable content. It's like they're trying to balance it out. Oh, we did 3 good things in a row? This can't be at Star Wars? Nah, we always have to find a way to ruin it. Let's make 3 good ones and then 3 average ones so that it cancels out all of our good hard work. But yeah, overall, underwhelming, disappointing, and a waste of time, to be honest. If you liked it, yeah, you liked it. This was mainly for kids. And yet again, I'm having to say that. But if you liked it, fair play, congratulations. And yeah, shout out to everyone that made it this far. I appreciate all the support. Hopefully next week we get a better episode than this one. And we can actually, activate some of the main storylines adventures again. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. And I'll catch you in the next one.